Here we go. Well, while I do that, let me just put this on so you're not looking at any screen. I was told today that Bolt is free for the weekend, so I plan on playing with that today and tomorrow and Sunday. Right? Let's see. Because I gotta put my channel on there on YouTube or on Facebook. Where is my channel? View your channel. There it is. Hope you guys didn't hear that one. Ah, yes, I forgot. That's how you know I went live on Twitch. When the lights come down, computer. Yeah, it likes to do that. That means my IFTTT is still working. That's a hard company to say every time I try to say it. I'm always one T too much or one T too short and never correct. But it is succinct though, to be honest. Okay. So that's finally on YouTube. Oh, Facebook. So I really want to do this. I didn't see anything say anything about the free. Well, let me give you guys the screen back. Actually, I got another one I want to do. Let's do this. Actually, do this. How many scenes could I have? All right. Yeah, so here we go. So that's what I got. I got 24 plus 28 million to go. It's either gonna work or I move over to Bubble for a while. Man, I was hoping there would be some a free weekend. Let me see when that begins. Now, if you head on over to YouTube, I'm headed there right now. I know. So I gotta do. Uh, I'm gonna have to better. I'm gonna have to make a better thumbnail. I didn't even use the phone to call my mama. Tell me what you just said. I gotta read this. Um, so it's not gonna happen right now. In fact, let me just do this. We're gonna see if this works. So it's not gonna kick in until about 2 a.m. But that doesn't mean I don't want to get anything done. I do want to use it today anyway. So I'm gonna go to GenSpark. And now I'm gonna tell it, hey, check my email. I believe there is something from Eric for both. Yeah, it takes a while to, load up. But I tell you what, it's a lot better. Oh my goodness. I just wanted you to tell me about Bolt. This is the one with you. That's not what it is. Okay, because I said it wrong, silly man, or person, or it. That's not it either. What? It's in there, man. Trust me. Okay. Well, you're ridiculous. I think it's there. You just didn't know to look for it. Okay, so here we are. I am using GenSpark. Well, I haven't used it thoroughly yet. If you want my opinion on it, you can ask me. Just saying. And I will give you my wholehearted opinion. So first things first. So yesterday I tried doing this voice stuff, the talking um with the voice, which I prefer interfacing like that because it's a little natural, right? So if you don't know, like to me, this is I'm on a different browser outside of that one. So that's the reason why you're not seeing anything. Come on. Okay. Wow. Are you kidding me? Wow. And then how much is it? Goodness. I ain't gonna do all that for you guys. What? So it's gonna be $150, right? It's not happening. If I wanted to go full out. Let's see, go back over here. Go back over here. Hmm. Let me talk to ChatGPT for a second. There's that guy, man, always doing that. Make me a prompt to give. It's funny to give to you, so I can have you deep dive this. So what I want is for you to tell me that you're the person prompting you, and you're the one wanting to rebuild this using bolt.new. So tell yourself everything you would want it to tell Bolt. And what else do I wanted to say? Um, but okay, that's great. Now, before you give me the prompt, let's flesh it out. And then I will say, give me your big prompt. So don't see it as a revival. See it as could be made. Right? are in no, I mean we could be in yeah, that is true. Oh, yeah, that is so true. Uh, okay. All right. Right. Exactly right. Yeah, come on. Okay, fine, fine. It doesn't have to be that we're making this verbatim, just that I just thought about something else. Yeah, man, I'll have to keep that idea. I need to keep that idea. Okay, I should write it down. Mm, and that next one is I just had it. I just had it. Give me a minute. I'll think about it in just a second. Hold on a second. It was a good one too. Oh yeah. All right. So it doesn't have to. It doesn't have making this verbatim. Just that we're making it as simple as possible, but with well, I don't know about all that. Yeah. Okay, make the master prompt and make the master prompt verbose. Tell yourself what you're trying to achieve. No, what we're trying to achieve, and we're trying to achieve. Make the big verbose prompt right now. Now let me go over here. Uh, hmm, I want you to be more responsive. Let's do this. Uh, let's let's worst one ever, Zeus man. What is O3 Pro? I just might just have to just do it. Well, that's fair. I get it. Stop being stop being okay. No, and has its own Ready for it? Uh, stop, man. All right, fine. Oh my goodness. Nope, I don't want mixers no more. I'm just getting used to this one. Goodness, that guy's really thinking about it. That's funny. No, stop it. Okay, so I wish you would stop telling me this because I don't care about that no more. Flut, man, flutter as in flutter flow. Man, this thing is worst idea. Okay, let me answer the question from ChatGPT. Now, come on, man, just give me that. All right, answer one. Recommendation of delivery is accepted and preferred. Answer two. Are there any competition? No, those are it. And I don't. like an extension for Discord. If it is a viable idea. With a few prompts, answer 3. No, you're not comparing. No, you're not comparing anything here. Why to use a monotext stack to build? I want you to end your research by giving me the perfect bolt.new prompt for. Okay, let me see if I can make. I like this thing with. I haven't been using it much until recently. They put Copilot with your browser or with your notepad, and you could have it do more. Like I don't. Oh no, hold on a minute. There you go, and then replace. Yeah. See, because I always like more. Whenever I prompt, I like to give it more. But then before I could give it more, I have to let it know what I really want. And then let the system figure it out and then tell it more. Like I use the word verbose a lot in all of my prompts because I don't want just a small rinky dink prompt. Now that we get I don't know what the character limit is for any of these prompts anymore. I had a prompt yesterday and I was like, that's a very big prompt. Of course, the AI handled it like a champ. I was like, I don't know what your limit is. I mean, I remember when ChatGPT 3.5. I mean, you only had like what 8,000 characters before you had to submit that prompt, and then so for me, I had to learn how to change the prompts, right? Um, and then at the same time, I would be like, okay, I remember thinking to myself, even back then, I was like, how would you tell yourself this information like it's a paragraph, make it verbose, make it clear, but make sure it can't go past 8,000 words or 8,000 whatever the limit was. And then I would go and start off another chat with that information because they didn't really talk to each other. There was no memory then. And so I would do that. And so I had to do it that way back then. Now I'm like So I was on Bolt. So I started off on Bolt. Then I took a it was a big prompt on Bolt. I mean on Lovable. I mean on ChatGPT. And it was a huge like it was huge. Like it was a mile long, digitally speaking. And I fed that into GenSpark. And then it made it 20 miles longer. And then I fed that into Lovable. Of course, it was a good idea too, because once Lovable was done, it was like beautiful. And I was like, because a lot of times, it seems counterintuitive, right? Like these tools could work a lot faster. Now, um, I heard another person do it this way with their Chat GPT. And I mean, there's many ways you could do this, but one of the good things you can do with ChatGPT now is just talk to it, right? So that means you could just. I didn't think about this before, but somebody would be like, "Well, I just talked to ChatGPT and just give it." They call it a word salad, and then tell me, and then once it's done, when I'm done, just give me like a whatever it is I just said. Give me an analysis of what I said and it organized it in a way and spit it back to me so that I can understand what I'm saying and what I'm trying to say, whatever the case may be. And they do things that way. I was like, huh, it's not a bad idea. I mean, it's good. In fact, it's actually a good idea because they'll actually save the chat, right? Um, and I like that that's is that what it was? I don't think that's what it was. Hold on a minute, because I'm now thinking of something else too that I want to revive from the '90s. Um, let's think. Let's think. I ask ChatGPT this question now. Let me get to ChatGPT first. Yeah, get to ChatGPT first. Actually, here it is. No, could be. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Um, so the so it's still cooking over on my side. How would you do it? And Yeah. Okay. You really think Oh, there you are. My goodness, it's big. I never had it. I never had it. Why is this happening? I never had to keep typing to continue at the end of this. What is going on? This is massive, but it's doing a good job. I tell you what, I needed to wrap it all of that up in a Microsoft document. If that's not a gigabyte of a file, I don't know what is. and it's telling me to type in the next prompt so I can get the next part. I never had ChatGPT do this before. Okay. I get a kick out of it, like, I'm using the O3 model, right? I get a kick out of it when you see what it's thinking about. It looks like the user wants because it's trying to reason what you're saying. I like it's kinda like figuring out what's going through somebody's mind when you're when they're helping you. Let's see, and save. Now let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna bring this over to, GenSpark and analyze it. I'll tell you in a minute. I'm trying to see if anybody showed up at the chat room. I got a couple of people here. Goodness. Yeah, I'm not liking this. Let me kill that then. In fact, let me go ahead and I'm just gonna copy it off since they're being a bugger. Mm. All right, so copy. There's that. And this. There wasn't a problem. You got there is a problem. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is download this. There's a Microsoft DocX. I'm gonna go over here. In fact, let me start a whole new chat room. I said chat room. Uh, actually, what I'm gonna do is see if I can't talk to my voice. Tell it what I wanted to do. See how it works this time. Let me check on you guys one more time first. Okay, okay. Looking good. All right, so I'm trying to reestablish something from the 90s. And here is a chat room that I used to frequent back in the mid 90s. And it came out, it was pretty cool. I went there all the time. Um, Many fun memories, things of that nature. But obviously, it's virtually a ghost town now because it's antiquated software. But I was thinking if we could rebuild this, it doesn't have to be verbatim, but how could it behave or perform with modern technology? I mean, it doesn't have to be that big of a leap. Just have some of the fun fundamentals that made it amazing, right? And make it in a community, right? And so one of the things I want to do is go to Bolt, put in a prompt, and I want to put it in the best prompt possible so we can get the desired effect, right? With as fewer credits as possible. Okay. So we're going to try to make sure that this prompt is so verbose with what we're trying to accomplish. And I'm giving you the notes with what I'm trying to accomplish. Okay. Um, and I want you to take it from the standpoint as if you're me, you're the user, and you thought about this idea. And first, what you're going to do is you're going to do a research as to what this is, what it was, what it could be, what it should be, and how we could use a full tech stack with Bolt to kind of give it new life. I want you to think of it as what the iPhone was to the first cell phone, right? It was a brick back then, considered a brick, but now it's an amazing device, right? Or any smartphone really. So we're not we're not reinventing it, but we're using what we got today to make something even more unique. It doesn't have to be all that unique. It just be we can make it and make it better, right? And let's use today's tools so that it could be, browser friendly because it wasn't at the time. You had to have a client, and you had to have a server. So therefore, that's going to be off the table. Boat will allow me to connect to Supabase, so there's some extra features there. So how would we build this? How would you build this? How would you tell Bolt to build this based on everything that you know? So research this and come back with your idea. And in fact, I would like to see a slideshow of how you're going to go about this, like an infographic style so that I could see the flow from start to finish. If there's an MVP to this, what should it be? And then what should be the next phase? Things of that nature. And so let's give it a shot. And then to that, I say good luck. Man, that was a lot better than, that was way better than ChatGPT. Don't tell me, don't, don't tell ChatGPT I said that, you guys. It might hurt its feelings. Oh, we're not going to launch that on MVP in 4 weeks. That's the time you get it done in 4 hours. We're going to see what this thing comes up with. It's making another slide. It really is making slides. It's making them out of H. You know what? It's actually a smart idea to make it in HTML. some kind of see, I thought about that one time. I was like, that doesn't seem right, but here's this thing is actually doing one of the things about me is my confidence is on a different thing where it's like, um, and I could tell you why. I could tell you why. Um, so I would say to myself, or I remember saying like, then what's the difference between, I remember saying this years ago, like, what's the difference between like, there it is. All right, so no, because what it was in the past was like I remember saying like, isn't a database nothing more than a spreadsheet, a glorified spreadsheet? And the look I got from people, um, you you would have thought I ran over, the town squirrel. And I was like, man, that's it's kind of. But then I'm watching all of these vibe coding videos where they're using Make or whether they're using N8N or Zapier, and every single one of them are like, you know what? Google Sheets is a good database. I'm like, man, and I was getting flamed for this. Because I was like, I'm not sure. I'm not the only one that believes that it's really just rows and columns, and then there's the keys, right? You got ID keys to represent different tables, but it's a table, a database. And every time I see a database from any other program, it all look like a grid to me. And somebody was like, "No, it's more than a grid." No, I'm not saying it's not a grid, but visually speaking, like I got a tangible, to make it tangible. Apparently they thought I was trying to say something else, and I wasn't. Bums. Oh man, I just lost it. Make this uh more verbose. These instructions more verbose for bolt.new. You know what? I got a better idea. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do ChatGPT as well. Put ChatGPT back into the mix. Put them back in. You know, put this one back in play. Run deep search. But no, it's like so. Then, and that's what it is. I'm the only one that believes this, right? And what is I need to get around a better crowd that would kind of say the same. Like I need to be around people where they're not going to say the same. Well, that's the whole point of the vibe life, you guys. Really, it is, because I don't wanna say like-minded people, like, I don't you don't need people to kind of, like, pat you on your back when it's a bad idea. You still need that constructive criticism, like a food taster, right? Like, could the vibe life work for cooks? Yes, I suppose it could. So if a guy was like to say that, "You know what? That's actually a good idea." See, I have all these ideas, and over the course of my channel, over the course of my streaming, you might have me talk about these ideas. But, ooh, that was a hiccup. But no, so I was like, "What what?" Oh my goodness. I can't type. Make this boat prompt more verbose. While that's happening, I will be right back. Hello? Hey, lady. Hey. You might be on the stream. I don't know. Oh, you can't get INSP? No, why do I want to do that? I'm trying to do something on the stream. Why? What's on INSP? A John Wayne movie. Okay. I suppose I could just go to uh, game show. All right. There we go. Anyways, what was that? My game? My sister was playing the, Sims Light, that Sims game,
Yeah.
and she wishes she could give you a copy of it because, it has a Sims thing in there where you could, kinda run your own, farm,
Yeah.
like on Heartland, I suppose. That'd be kinda cool.
Yeah.
Man, this thing is taking forever. So, what I'm gonna do, though, is I'm just gonna end the stream right here, and I'll see you guys in the next stream.
So she's got her correct.